In the headlines, 2 bodies recovered, 4 trapped as 7-story building collapses in Lagos. Dozens of Boko Haram terrorists drown after military bombardment in Borno. Suspected stowaway arrested at Lagos airport. And on the foreign scene, at least 19 civilians killed in Al-Shabaab attack in Somalia. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Updates. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for joining, and now the news in detail. Emergency responders have recovered 2 bodies from the rubble of a building that collapsed in the early hours of Sunday in Lekki, Lagos State. Zonal Coordinator Southwest of the National Emergency Management Agency, Brian Farinloyo, disclosed this on Sunday, said the trapped people are located on the 3rd floor of the building. The building was sealed on the 18th of February 2021. Earlier, Farinloyo gives an update on the search and rescue mission.
Building under construction. The distress alert alerted that 7-story building under construction was collapsed. So on getting here, after mobilizing all stakeholders, on getting here, we found out that the building was under construction and it had been sealed since 1802, 2021. February 18th, 2021, it was sealed. However, we don't know what really happened. The information we gathered on site was that 6 people were trapped. And out of the 6 people so far, we have recovered 2 bodies dead. So far, and the operation is still ongoing. It's not for the responder to determine that all other agencies like the Ministry of Physical Planning will do their personal assessment and test to determine the quality of materials used. We have Lagos State Building Control Agency, we have the Lasambos, we have the police disaster management units, and the civil defense are there, federal fire service are here. We deployed FTTC equipment, 2 excavators, all other equipment that are necessary. We have light equipment supplied also. At least about cutters and spreaders are on ground, mainly by NEMA. At least 5 cutters, spreaders, so that we can extricate people out of the dangerous zone.
And hundreds of traders and truck drivers have suffered great loss as a result of the ongoing demolition exercise to clear and remodel the city of Abuja. The latest exercise was carried out on Saturday morning by a special task force team consisting of military, police, civil defense, as well as other paramilitary operatives under the directives of the Federal Capital Development Authority. During an early morning operation, the special task force team demolished and towed away vehicles from the Utako truck park. Nana Muhammad has more on the story.
There has been an ongoing demolition operation by the FCDA to clear the city of Abuja from slums and unauthorized buildings. This is as a result of growing concern that slums and unauthorized settlements may be hiding criminal elements terrorizing the city residents. But the demolitions often come with a loss for the majority of business owners who make a living in these slums.
Immediately they seal all our goods. The next thing is to seal the irons and other things. The way we see ourselves this morning, when we come to this place, we only see caterpillar enter this place. No notice, nothing. I think a place like a garage like this, we have chairman. Government supposed to call chairman, and then chairman will have idea of what is happening. So that we get is more than 1 trillion naira, because I don't know. Even the goods that we offload from the vehicle that we're supposed to dispatch from the owners, they finish all.
They are chasing us away. But now we don't have anywhere to go because we are stranded. As you are seeing us now, we are stranded. We don't have anywhere to go from here.
We are here for getting to 2 years. We will drive out from Jabi park, say they are going to develop this place, they give us here to stay, pending when they will find solution for us. But no solution was found overnight. Last month, they said we should clear anything that will be hiding for security reasons. We comply. All containers, all batches were removed. Only trucks we left. So daybreak today we see this.
Where are you going from here?
We don't know. Honestly, we don't know. And this place accommodates over 500 people that are feeding here.
While the people are counting the cost, the government intends to continue with the exercise to make the FCT crime-free. But this is raising several questions, chief of which is, has government provided options for the legitimate, law-abiding citizens making a living out of these slums? And more importantly, does the responsibility of government start and end with stopping crimes? Nana Muhammad, Trust TV News, Abuja.
121 students were abducted by bandits from Bethel Baptist High School in Kaduna on July 5th last year. 13 months after, one of the students, Treasure Ayuba, is still with the kidnappers in spite of efforts to get him out of the forest. Trust TV's Abdulaziz, who visited the family, reports on their anguish and hope in the midst of adversity. The report.
This photo of Treasure Ayuba set tears rolling down the cheeks of his mother, Janet Peter. Janet last saw her only son on 3rd July 2021, a day after his 12th birthday, when she delivered his birthday cake to him in school. A day later, he and 120 of his schoolmates were abducted from Bethel Baptist High School, Kujama, in Kaduna State. For his family, Treasure means not just another child.
I miss so many things about Treasure. That is why each time I look at his picture, it reminds me of so many things. The good memories we shared.
He was my helper. He's not just a boy. He personifies his name, Treasure.
A visit to the Peter family in Mahuta in the outskirts of Kaduna by Trust TV freshens the wound the family has been nursing for over 1 year. Ayuba's grandmother, Mary Peter, recalls many efforts made by the family to get the teenager out of captivity and how they watched in agony as all his schoolmates were released.
At another time, my son-in-law volunteered along with his friend to go and deliver the ransom. The two of them were held by the kidnappers. They demanded that I pay ransom too before they released them. What do I do when my in-law, someone else's children, are held captive? I had to sell other things and add to what his family raised. My brother and I went to pay and got them out.
Before Treasure's abduction, his aunt, Jennifer Peter, was also kidnapped from the Federal School of Forestry, Apaka, and kept in custody for 2 months.
The shock of what happened at the School of Forestry was still with us. My daughter was abducted from the school 3 weeks after her sister, Treasure's mother, had sustained fracture from an accident.
Mrs. Peter expresses anger over stigma and twisted narratives about the incident as she expresses hope of reuniting with her grandson.
Those who spread falsehood and slander us and the little kid, instead of helping us with prayer, will be shamed. I have firm belief the boy will be back and the truth will be known.
For Janet, despite the passing days and months, she holds on to a wish for another opportunity to see her son.
A wish, just one. My wish is for Treasure to come back. And I know that is the wish for my family members. Treasure is someone that really cares about everybody in this house. In fact, most especially my mom. She's not finding it easy.
Despite many broken promises by the abductors and epileptic communication between the two sides, the family says they are not giving up in the fight to get Treasure Ayuba back with them. For Trust Television, Abdulaziz.
And in Borno State, over 70 suspected Boko Haram members drowned in the river following air bombardment by Operations Haddon-Kai. It was gathered that the Nigerian Army, in collaboration with Civilian Joint Task Force, had earlier killed over 20 members of Boko Haram insurgents in Sharuri village of Bama local government area of Borno on Thursday. Reports say that after the Sharuri attack, over 70 fighters drowned in a river around Dipchari village of Bama local government area on Friday. And now to politics. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, on Saturday met with governorship candidates of the party from across the country. The former vice president, alongside his running mate, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State, met with the candidate at his residence in Asokoro, Abuja. The meeting, which held behind closed doors, lasted for more than an hour. And chairman of the PDP Governorship Candidate Forum and PDP Governorship Candidate in Kaduna State, Isa Ashiru, said the meeting was to formally congratulate Atiku and themselves. He said they discussed extensively as family on a wide range of issues. Those in attendance were governorship candidates from Kaduna, Plateau, Katsina, Lagos, Niger, Kano, Sokoto, Delta, Yobe, Jigawa, Nasarawa, Kwara, Benue, Borno, Ebonyi and Zamfara states. And the state chairman of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, have declared the purported suspension of the party's 2023 presidential candidate, Dumebi Kachikwu, as null and void. The National Working Committee of the party suspended Kachikwu on Friday over alleged anti-party activities. His suspension was contained in a statement released on Saturday by the Deputy National Chairman on Politics of the party, Bamidele Ajadi. Kingsley Oga, chairman of the Forum of State Chairmen of the ADC, noted that the NWC had earlier convened a fake and kangaroo National Executive Committee NEC meeting on August 26. He said the fake NEC meeting lacked the constitutional requirement of 7 days' notice to be held. And to Osun State, where the chapter of the People's Democratic Party says the expulsion of a governorship aspirant of the party in the state, Dotun Babayemi, is within the ambit of the law. And the state secretary of the party, Hashim Abioye, who doubles as secretary of Osun PDP Legal Committee, stated this in an exclusive interview with Trust TV's Hamid Oyegbade in Oshogbo on Saturday. Abioye said Babayemi has ceased to be a member of PDP in Osun because of his anti-party activities.
Expulsion is one of the sanctions that could be meted out to any erring member of the party under the PDP's constitution. So it's a matter of constitutionality, and the appropriate executive committee in the ward from Ayedade local government, where President Babayemi initially belonged, has taken the bold step by expelling him from the party. So there was a petition against him, and I think the executive member of the party in Ward 2, that is his ward from Ayedade, set up a disciplinary committee, and the disciplinary committee made their findings and recommendations that they've established anti-party activities against President Babayemi and that he should be expelled, and so be it. So as far as the leadership of the party in the state or at any level is concerned, President Babayemi is no longer a member of the PDP. But the point is this: if you are talking about President Babayemi's right to approach the court, he has every right as a citizen of Nigeria to approach the courts. And having approached the court, the Federal High Court, the Court of Appeal, and the courts concurrently held that he did not have any local standard, sanity should have prevailed on him that as a dedicated and committed party man, he should have stopped at that by not rocking the boat, particularly when election had been held and a winner emerged.
And still on political matters, the crisis rocking the All Progressives Congress in Kwara State has not been resolved since the conduct of the party's primaries. Senator representing Kwara Central Ibrahim Oloriegbe is still embittered by the outcome of the primary election. Addressing a press conference in Ilorin, Oloriegbe said he was betrayed by Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak to lose the ticket to Saliu Mustafa. He said what was held in Kwara State could not be described as Congress, but selection by the governor, whom he alleged replaced the names of many winners with those of his preferred aspirants.
The president of Nigeria saying that the party handed over the issue of primaries and everything to governors in this state. The governors decide as to what happened to A or B. That's why I use the word in challenge that we are running a governocracy. That's a fact, and that fact still remains. And that means whoever that emerge anywhere is not through any process of any free, fair primary. It is a dictatorship, a dictation of the head of the party in this state, the governor. And that's what happened in Kwara. I'm not an honorary member. I'm somebody that supported this party all through. We can sit down and discuss. There was no discussion. There was no any conversation. It was up to the last minute that, oh, this is what the arrangement will be. And then somebody turn around and say, oh, it will not be this, it will be this, just like I gave many instructions. What do we call that? I want to also clarify something. All this I have said, I remain an APC member because being APC is on principle.
You're still watching Trust TV News updates. Coming up shortly, a look at the negative impact of plastic bags on the environment. Details of this story and more after this break. Stay with us.
Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back. You're still watching Trust TV News Update. Thank you for staying with us. Before we proceed, a recap of our top stories. We told you that 2 bodies have been recovered, 4 trapped, and 7 in a 7-story building collapse in Lagos. And dozens of Boko Haram terrorists drowned after military bombardment in Borno. And moving on, a suspected stowaway was on Sunday morning arrested at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. The suspect, a middle-aged man, was reportedly found in one of the aircraft belonging to United Nigeria Airlines, which was parked at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport Domestic Terminal 2 during pre-flight inspection. A statement by the head corporate communications of the airline, Achilles Uchegbu, said the suspect has been handed over to the security agencies. According to the statement, the development resulted in a rescheduling of some flights to accommodate the investigations. Nigerians have continued to express dissatisfaction over the high cost of living in the country. Many are of the view that something must be done urgently to ameliorate the sufferings of Nigerians as the situation is becoming unbearable. Take a look.
Worsening insecurity, rising unemployment, harsh economic conditions and skyrocketing prices of goods and services among many problems Nigerians contend with. Many Nigerians, though with vast and varied opinions, seem to agree that getting on with their daily lives has been pretty difficult, and indeed that the country is in their situation. This resident re-echo calls for government to rise to the occasion.
Every day today, when you get to the market today, tomorrow you discover what you price or what you intend buying. As in financial capacity might not be, the price is not the same.
Very frightening because one has never experienced a thing like this. Are you talking about the cost of things? Almost everything, from essential to non-essential.
If you enter markets today, whatever thing you are able to avoid, buy it. If you decided to postpone it, by the time you go back the following day, you might not be able to buy that quantity again.
And the cost of living, even to eat, is going to be a problem to all masses in this country.
Painting a gloomy picture of how the situation confronting the average Nigerian is at the moment, a lecturer at the College of Business and Management Studies, Kaduna Polytechnic, Abubakar Umar, said it cannot be disputed that the country is facing an existential problem occasioned by the worsening economic situation.
But that of Nigeria is so unique and so disproportionate with the global happenings. You see, that of Nigeria has become so unique in the sense that productivity has collapsed more than the global average. The rate at which people get engaged and get employment also reduced compared to the global average. And all this as a result of the poor and then decay infrastructure in Nigeria.
The consensus is that the need for improvement of standard of living and national policies in order to rejuvenate the economy is imperative.
So government have to wake up. They have to wake up so that people will feel the impact of governance.
There's a way we can put a price control on all those things. I remember some years back we have done something like a price control in Nigeria.
Let us continue praying to the Almighty Allah, so that when we continue praying to the Almighty Allah, I know things is going to come back the way that we are not going to expect.
There's no industry, there's no sector of the economy that can strive with poor electricity supply. In Nigeria, this is what's happening. And most of the industries in Nigeria, where they're supposed to provide succor to Nigerians, where they can earn a living, they've collapsed.
Though the situation appears helpless, these Nigerians are optimistic the situation will change for the better. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
And to environmental issues, plastic bags are a huge part of litter, impacting negatively on the environment, and some of its detrimental environmental effects include animal choking, pollution, landscape disfigurement, and blockage of channels, rivers, and streams. The public, activists, and lawmakers have expressed outrage at the degree to which plastic degrades the environment, leading to some national governments banning the use of plastic bags for shopping. Nana Mohammed looks at the effort to limit the use of plastic bags in Nigeria. The report.
A plastic shopping bag is one of the leading causes of environmental and socio-economic problems worldwide. Despite the universal calls for reduction intervention strategy, plastic bags continues to litter walkways, drainages, and dump sites in almost every city, town, and villages across Nigeria. From the environmental perspective, if not properly disposed of, plastic waste can cause stormwater drain blockages and ultimately kill aquatic animals.
Nobody can give you a precise time frame within which polythene actually degrades. In generation, nobody has ever witnessed the complete degradation of polythene bags. Humanity needs to change the way it sees plastic, because we cannot continue to degrade our marine environment with plastic, endangering not only the aquatic life. I love sardines, and what it means is that in the next couple of years there will be more plastic in the sea than even the fish.
For environmental waste collectors, plastic bags and hospital waste equipment have become the major items in the litter system, and it has over the years threatened their lives and well-being.
All this cleaning, hospital waste, if they want to throw it, they put needle inside. And if you want to carry it, at times, our hand glue, look at my hand glue, it's very bad. And that process now, I can go and carry that needle, and I think will affect my hand, and it's very bad.
Despite huge resources invested in waste management by local and international organizations, as well as the government, street waste collectors have decried low wages.
None of the Nigerian cities would qualify as clean. Each of the states are struggling, to provide waste management services at various levels. But to date, we don't have a sanitary landfill. We don't have the critical infrastructure that we need to clean our neighborhoods.
Anytime I do something or I buy something on a leather bag on paper, I burn them. I don't put them in refuge because those who come to dispose our refuge drop it wherever they like.
Based on the illiteracy on our population, what they know is just to discard those things. They don't want to know whatever it is going to cost.
It is not surprised that Nigerian states have experienced heavy flooding in the last few weeks. Environmental experts agree that replacing plastic bags with paper bags remain a key approach to curbing this menace to the environment. Nana Muhammad, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And on the foreign scene now, Al-Shabaab fighters have killed at least 19 civilians and destroyed trucks laden with food aid in an overnight attack in Somalia's central region. The armed group launched the attack in the Hiran area in the semi-autonomous state of Hirshabelle in central Somalia. We have come to the end of the news updates. For more, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.